This is Andy Lippman giving some lip to Atlanta sports. Let's talk about the Atlanta Braves offseason and what they are missing. So the Braves have already decided not to re-sign Eddie Rosario. They did not re-sign Kevin Pillar. So you got an opening in left field. But before we go to that, let's talk about the bullpen. The Braves re-signed Joe Jimenez. They re-signed Pierce Johnson. They got Tyler Matzik coming back. Braves are going to have a pretty good bullpen. The question is, do they want a pretty good bullpen or do they want a great bullpen? You got Dylan Lee also coming back from injury. You can't depend on guys like Mike Soroka, Ian Anderson, who projected to be starting pitchers, but I don't think you're going to see them as starting pitchers or in the bullpen. So what do the Braves do? Listen, they got some money to spend. I'm crazy. I'm going to go with Josh Hader. I'm going to go get Josh Hader. I'm going to make Iglesias my setup man. I'm going to make Minter a setup. You got Joe Jimenez, Pierce Johnson, Tyler Matzik. That gives you the best bullpen in the majors. I'm telling you right now. You got to consider it. Another guy I would look at for a one-year deal, because I think he'll sign it, Aroldis Chapman. I mean, I'd rather have Josh Hader, but let's say you can't get Josh Hader, Aroldis Chapman for a one-year deal. Makes your bullpen a lot stronger. Got to consider it. So what do you do about the rotation? Max Fried is your number 2. You got Strider's number 1. Max Fried is your number 2. Max Fried, this is last year before free agency, and rumor has it he is not going to resign with the Braves. So are the Braves going to try to shop Max Fried? I don't know. I don't think they will. But let's just assume they don't. So you got your number 1 is Strider. Your number 2 is Fried. I don't know about 3. They re-signed Morton for $20 million. He's your 4. You got Smith-Shawver and Waldrop fighting it out for number 5. I don't think, you can count on a guy like Mike Soroka, and you can't count on a guy like Ian Anderson. Now what do you do? I think the Braves, they've been connected for a long time to Sonny Gray, and I think that's who they're going to end up signing in free agency. Here are some interesting names to think about. You got those guys. What do you do with Vaughn Grissom? Do you put him in left field, save money so you don't spend that money in left field? Or do you include him in a package and you try to get someone like Corbin Burns from the Brewers, who are looking to trade a lot of their players now? You got to consider Corbin Burns. Wow, what an acquisition that would be. Do the Braves have enough to get him? I don't know. Are they going to have to give up a Waldrop or a Smith-Shawver to get him? Probably. Not both, but definitely one of those. And a Vaughn Grissom. Do you make that move? I don't know, because here's the thing. Burns has 1 year just like Fried until he's a free agent. And he's going to get a big deal. So if you're the Braves, the only way you get him is if you can extend him, and I don't think you can do that. So instead of going for a Corbin Burns, why not signing to a 1-year deal? I mean, this might be a little crazy, but why not sign Trevor Bauer to a 1-year deal? He's coming off Japan. He's back trying to make it in the majors. He got handled a little bit unfairly, actually very unfairly, with his case, and it turns out he was, quote unquote, innocent of the charges. So do you put Trevor Bauer then as another guy to put in your bullpen? I'm sorry, not in your bullpen, in your rotation. So that would give you an extra guy. That would mean you would have Strider, Fried, Gray, Morton, Bauer, and then with Smith-Shawver and Waldrop, you could give them a little extra time to get to the point where they are ready to be in the major leagues. I mean, that's a heck of a rotation. Then you've added Hader to your bullpen. You got Matzik coming back. But you take a chance and you put Vaughn Grissom in left field. You're not going to have Rosario. You're not going to have Pillar. You're going to put Vaughn Grissom. Is it that big a loss? Depends on his defense. If he can play defense in the outfield, he's a good hitter. That's what I'd do.